when I say you got to run the boat by the dash, meaning water pressure and all that, and you said, well, they said you shouldn't have to, you should never go into Guardian if it's set up right. I agree with that to a point, Todd. And what I mean by that is this. If you're on the limit of the performance of the boat, you're going to be on the limit of those parameters. You're going to be a little higher. You're going to be maybe a little further back, engine-wise. So there's going to be certain situations where you're going to run low on water pressure. So you have to manage those situations in exchange for the performance, right? It's how conservative do you want to be versus how fast do you want to be. And when you have a veteran driver, you can run that motor higher because he has more bandwidth, or she. So in other words, they can run the boat and pay attention to water pressure and tell them, hey, a little to the right, a little to the left, and they can handle that. When you have a new driver, they don't have that bandwidth. It's all they can do just to get it around the race course.
All right, we have orange smoke.
Here we go.
We're about 3 minutes away from start. These big.
No, they're up on plane. Here
they're ready to go. We're about ready to start racing here. And our second half of the Key West World Championships presented by Performance Boat Center. Jean Torrente joins us from Jean Torrente Racing and S2 Powerboats. He'll be racing later on from the Pace Boat. We take a look at the grid as they move up to get set. Everybody's going to line up here, Sean.
Yep, they're getting lined up. They look like they're in a line pretty good.
Look at
Green should come out any second. Montlick pushing on the outside already.
Yep, TS Motorsports closest to the Pace Boat.
That means they're farthest out.
Yeah, and Gladiator will.
Green. It's got yellow
no,
flag.
Not yet. Sean, what lane would you want if you could have any?
Outside, where the pace boat is, because you can control the race all the way down there.
We've got a green flag.
Green flag.
All right, we're racing. The race is on Alley Vite.
Looks like a good start.
Super start for the Factory 450.
My kids are out front. They got a nose out front.
That's GC Racing in the middle between Montlick and 151 Express.
151 out front. Now 151's already clearing them. They need to start coming over. I'll tell you right now, those are the rules we run on now. They need to start coming over and forcing the issue right now.
All right, winds just offshore.
Gladiators.
San Key continue out of the east-southeast at 20, so that leg going to continue to be bumpy between 1 and 2.
151 out front. Now you can see their motors. They're clear of them. They need to come to the pin. They should turn this boat on the pin because those are our rules now.
So they got to be 2 boat links in front.
They got them. They're clear. You can see they're clear. They got them.
But
they need to go.
But now GC moving up a little bit, as is Montlick. So
GC's going to cross over to the outside because they want a clean lane through the first corner. Here comes Canados.
Yep, Gladiator Canados, your winner from Wednesday. They'll have the inside, trying to stay in some clean water as they head around that 3. He's going to have to.
Okay, second buoy is the key buoy here. Ian should go to it, right on it. Great job. Now Montlick's going to go to the outside, okay? Now they just need a clean run in the next corner. Canados is sneaking underneath all of them.
So Canados will stay closer to the pen, try to find some clean water. 151 with the early lead. Montlick in second. GC in second. Montlick in third.
So now this corner, we talked about it a bunch. I worked with the kids yesterday. I want one set and straight towards the mole, let the wind blow you back because it's a strong wind out there.
Now, these boats, they have such big tunnels. Can it be a concern when you're running into the wind?
100%, but you got enough down trim. These boats are big, man. They're still 39 feet long, and technically for the weight, they're a little underpowered. You know what I mean? Because they're 6,500 pounds with 900 horsepower.
All right, they come around turn 2.
Montlick's got a good run on the outside.
Two-pin turn here as they head back into the harbor off Fort Zachary Taylor. And now head northbound into the harbor and some calmer water here, and then into that hairpin turn. Another thing you got to remember is when they come in front of us here, there's about a 10-degree turn, a small chicane as you head to get set up for that turn in the harbor.
Correct, and you want to be as wide as you can down in the harbor.
Are these boats running tunnel tabs?
Absolutely. The 151's on a tunnel tab. I don't know about Montlick, honestly. I don't think they have one on the boat.
151 with the early lead over Montlick injury. And
Gladiator third.
Gladiator.
So based on it right now, where are we at points-wise? What does that mean for 151? Do they control their own destiny? Are they winning the world championship right now?
No, not right now. No. Canadian's got to drop off that podium.
He's got to drop off the podium. But
I'll drop out to third. Montlick's way in control too. Yeah, no, he's 151 would be ahead of Montlick, but not ahead of the Canadians.
And Canados knows. Canados knows that they want to maintain third, Joey, I imagine.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of where.
So here they go in the harbor. Now Ian's got to settle the boat, or I should say Nick's got to settle the boat. Ian's got to rotate it. Look, Montlick's underneath them. Oh, why'd they cut away?
All right.
Super V class.
We're going to watch it off camera. John's got his eye on what's happening.
It looks like
this is 151 still clear of them.
This is Farnsworth Hancock
Canados underneath Montlick,
leading in Super V.
Go ahead.
And here we are. We're back on the shot. 151.
That's the angle. That's the angle. They're still in the lead.
The outside line. and Nick have got the boat running well. They've extended their lead, and looks like Canados is pulling a little bit on Montlick here.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, Todd, I'm so nervous right now. Me and Ian and Nick spent an hour in the boat yesterday. I'm already having a hard time. It's lap 2.
All right.
Did Joey make it down?
No, but he's at home in Florida,
He's
so that's
watching?
great. He's
Yeah,
watching.
Okay.
I'm
thanks,
sure
Dad,
he's
Joey
watching.
and Pressure. Glad to have you with us on the live stream, Joey. We look at 151.
Canados got by Montlick, it looks like. Canados is making a
Yep,
push.
Canados
By-
is inside.
And then GC still in 4th with Hanks pushing him.
So GC
And
running well also.
Peppers did go by and running alone in Extreme.
Go ahead and call that one right now. World
So
champs.
here come the boats. They're going to turn into the wind.
Yep, and now you got to be on the second pin here. You got to be right on it.
And
That way you go
Canados
straight
is already
across.
inside.
Canados is already side, but they should make them cross. If they make them cross, they're doing their job.
And Montlick.
Yep, see, through the rooster tail.
Montlick
Ian did what
is right
I
on
mean, Ian did what he was
Canados'
supposed to do, and Montlick's on the outside, so you can see now they're going to stretch it out. Now they need to get a run across there.
Canados lost some speed there. And
Yep.
they
And
dug
it's
in
bumpy
just
back
a
there.
little. You can tell they dug in a little bit, and now Montlick has gone around Canados.
Correct. They got a better run on the outside there.
So they tried to dig in, sneak inside Ian and Morgan, and they didn't let them do that.
So now Nick's got to settle the boat and get them to be able to rotate it in 2 so they can get a good run down in the mole, because that's where Montlick was good last time.
Yeah, Canados a little flighty on this run. We can't really see the attitude of the Montlick boat. It's in the spray of 151, but 151 Express has the
Come on, rotate it.
the early
Come on,
lead.
rotate it.
He gets it.
Good job. No,
yeah,
that's perfect. Now he's going
coming
to get
right-
it straight. You see, now he's going to get some speed. He's good.
coming right down the
Montlick
chute.
to the outside, and then Irvin, that's where he loves to be. Irvin loves to be on the pin in Canados, but you can see he's going to be in the spray. He's looking for a spot.
So what's the prop call on this race? So rough on the outside, but calm on the inside.
So I can tell you now because everybody already told me from the last race. So the other day, Montlick ran 30s, GC ran 30s, so did Canados. The kids ran 31s. They were a little bit big, but honestly, if they were out front, they'd have been fine.
3 minute and 22nd lap there.
I know the kids went out with 30s today because it was a little rougher. I don't know about the other boats. And then I know Johnny and Taylor ran 28s on Friday. They were way too big. I mean, way too small. And Hanks was too small as well with 29s.
And we saw TS Motorsports come by, and now back into the harbor from the X Insurance Helicam. And Montlick.
So you see where 151 is out there?
Way out.
That's so that they can radius the corner. They should come right to the corner now. There you go. He's got it set. Now he's rotating. That's how you turn the boat. See how it's down and turning? He'll be right on the exit now.
It'll be right on the apex.
Yep, he should
and
be
then-
closer on that exit buoy. But other than that, it was a great corner.
Now, Carcenti said Friday it was all about who could accelerate the best.
Correct.
Back
Okay,
to
here's
Super V. That's
Hancock
yeah, playing.
continuing its run.
All right, so 151 has stretched it out. Can we get a split, Todd, on that, and then also on Montlick and Canados?
Cortez Cove got past race-winning brands.
All right, we got a 7-second lead for 151 over Montlick, and less than 2 for Canados behind Montlick.
In the fountain boat.
So Montlick injury attorneys, you can see them on the left of the screen from the X Insurance Helicam. Gladiator Canados, your winner from Friday.
Now, they can't do anything with gear ratios, right, Sean?
They could not do anything. It's got to be remain factory stock.
So
and the thing that I'm proud of right now is that Nick and Ian picked up 3 seconds that lap. In other words, they were 3 seconds quicker because they've learned the way around the race course. And that's what you got to do. That first lap is reconnaissance. You're trying to figure out what the water's doing. So they've stretched it, and now Canados and Montlick are just battling it out. So the more they battle, the better it is for Nick and Ian out front, and GC's entering the fray.
There's Yardarm. That's the old 36 Peppers skater with the 500 horsepower Mercury's on the back. Those 500s will be on the back of these factory 450R boats next year. As we look at 151, looks like GC may have
GC's coming.
Is coming.
It's coming,
They're-
and that
they're
other
in fourth.
MTI, that 151, needs GC to pass Canados. I'll be honest with you. That's correct, statistician, right?
Yep.
If Canados drops off the podium,
Now,
and 151
151 looks way wide
151's
there.
actually, I stand corrected. I was 2 points off when you first asked
And
that.
now
I
here
circled
comes
the wrong button,
race-winning
but yeah.
brands trying to
What
get
was it?
past
Sorry.
the fountain on the inside, the Cortez Cove.
I can't see.
That's the battle for second and third in the World Championship right there.
Yep.
Yeah, it looked like your 151 guys had lost a little pace, and Montlick had come closer. Now you have a situation where Montlick may be running a little bit better in the rough, and
Well, and it's
making
so
some
rough back
distance up.
there that, one lap, one guy will be great. The next lap, you know what I mean, you'll make a mistake. It's just,
And-
it's big water.
And when you get out of shape, you get up, you lose speed.
You lose so much speed. It looks great for cameras. It's terrible for race time.
Yep, there's a mayor right there for 151.
It's all right. He just needs to settle it down and drive his race. He was doing great. He just needs to reel it back a little bit. Going forward is fast. Going nose up is not.
Nick and Ian continue to lead in 151 Express as we're 3 laps into this 10-lap race.
They got it. They're good there, but they probably cut that lead in half, Todd, right?
There's 4. Yeah, almost a half.
And then GC lost some ground on the backside there too.
So 151 Express, Montlick Injury Attorneys, Gladiator Canados, GC Racing, and then TS Motorsports.
All right, so if we can go to statistician
Top 5.
before the Mod Vs go by, tell me what the situation is because I still don't understand.
Express, I did say it wrong the first lap when you asked. Express is in control of the World Championship at 280 points. The Montlick is 2 points back at 278, and the Gladiator is at 270 in the current running position.
So if they win the race now, they're the world champions.
If it ended right now, Express would be your world champion.
All right, Montlick
they left
pulling.
they left too much room on the inside down there. Montlick's up underneath them.
Yep, Montlick pulling on. We see the Hancock Claims boat come by. We're going to
Hancock
an interval
Claims,
here.
Race-winning Brands is in second.
Montlick down to 2 seconds behind. Montlick down to 2 seconds behind 151. And Gladiator Canados trailing the stern of that boat. Montlick by 10 seconds.
Montlick looks like they're making
Montlick's
the ground.
coming. Montlick's making a run. Canados is falling back. GC's making a run on Canados. That looks like that's happening. And then Taylor and Johnny are more in the fight today. They're kind of with GC. They just need to keep pushing.
4 laps in here in this 10-lap race for the Factory 450R World Championships in Key West.
How old are Nick and Ian?
24 years old. Both of them.
And Logan's 19.
And Logan's 19. Yeah, but he's got a 78-year-old Throttleman, Carpatella. So that if you add them together, they're way older. I don't know how old Carpatella is. I'm lying. Carpatella, I think, is mid-50s. I think he's
And Caleb Mead, 17?
Caleb Mead this year was 17, correct.
Yeah, all right.
Last year when we won, he was 16. He was the youngest driver ever to win a
All
race.
right, on top, turn 1.
So they did their job there.
Insurance
That was a nice turn
They
there.
were on the exit, made them cross. That's all you can ask for.
From the X Insurance Helicam 151 Express, the 39 MTI leading the 38 Doug Wright here.
Yep.
This is the 36 skater with the 500Rs that
Yep.
will be powering the class next year.
Also using the Porte bracket,
Yep.
an experimental class for the Stancombs, the father and son team from Indianapolis, George and Michael on board. There's Montlick Injury Attorneys, Logan Adon, the national champion, along with Giovanni Carpatella, who joined midway through the season with him, the veteran international racer. Our lead boat, again, coming around Fort Zachary Taylor.
Much better on that corner this time. Montlick on the outside, though. Montlick's getting down the rough part of the race course very well. The question is, can Nick and Ian hold them coming down the front stretch and then do a good harbor turn? Because on the way out, they're the best. So basically, from the harbor turn to the first corner, Nick and Ian have the best boat. I would say from 1 to 2, it's Montlick. And then I'm not sure from 2 back down to the harbor turn. It's hard to say. It changes.
Here comes 151 Express.
What do we got for a split, Todd? It's close.
It's very
Oh,
close.
here he
They're
comes.
pulling
he went
speed
Guardian.
on him.
He just went in Guardian.
He just went in Guardian. Oh, dear.
He's down on one motor.
Montlick moves into the lead.
He's on one motor. He lost the motor. He's down.
And now Gladiator Canados will move by him into second.
Yep.
And GC Racing will move into third. TS Motorsports into fourth.
Take off your shoes, Joey.
Well,
Yep,
it's
coming.
Montlick's race now.
Get ready to start
That is absolutely Montlick's
counting
race.
digits.
And now Nick and Ian just got back under power now. Gosh, that's so frustrating. All right, Montlick's gone. They're probably, 10 seconds
They're about
on
10
Con-
seconds.
10
They're-
seconds on
they're- they're
Canados,
10
okay.
seconds. We'll check them coming out
But
of
there's
this
still a
turn.
lot of race left, right?
There
I mean,
is.
what were we,
Yeah,
5
we're-
laps in?
Five
We're
laps
5
left.
laps out. We're not even
We're
halfway. Race-winning Brands still dominating. I mean, not race-winning.
That's Farnsworth, right?
Yeah,
Farnsworth.
Hancock Claims.
Yep.
But
Continuing to dominate.
But here
But now we got
comes-
second is Rob
Yeah.
Lockyer, top racing.
Cortez Cove. So where is race? Oh, there's race-winning Brands. So
seconds comes through. Gladiator Canados has cut that lead down by 3 seconds, now 7 seconds back, but reeling them
GC
in
is
is
coming.
GC.
But
GC's
TC
coming after Gladiator Canados.
and Marine Technology got around Nick and Ian as
Yeah,
well.
they
and-
went into Guardian again off that corner. They have an engine issue for
yeah,
sure.
they look like their rooster is not like everyone else's. It's much
This is-
taller.
This is the race within the race. We just were looking at second and third, but here's your leader overall.
Pepper's lost steering. They're out.
So now that he has a 10-second lead, Carpatella's been doing this a long time. Like I said, he's 78 years old. So he's gonna manage the race. That's what he's gonna do, right? He's gonna try to take care of the boat. Nick and Ian are down.
Your boys are down.
Yep. He's gonna take care of the boat, especially between 1 and 2, and just make good, solid laps, right? Because now it's a matter of attrition. He's basically won the race as long as he don't break. He's obviously showed he's got the pace, so now he just needs to keep all 16 cylinders firing.
Yeah, you remember Montlick was in the lead, and they had an issue. What was the issue that he said it was?
So it was water pressure issue.
Water pressure.
It was heat, okay, and he said it was because the water pump was burned from their testing, and they found it when they took it apart.
And that's how Gladiator Canados got by them.
Correct.
And ended up in the first place on the podium on Friday. We look at OC Racing as they head out to turn number 1. We've had lead change in factory 450 yard stock. The team of Ian Morgan and Nick Imprescia Jr. Nick Imprescia from your team at STR, and S2 Powerboats having an issue, and nice run for them over the first over the first 4 laps before having that issue coming back into Key West Harbor. All right, here are your leaders in factory 450R, Montlick Injury Attorneys.
So let's just
Continuing
keep that
the lead.
split. Let's see how
Yep.
he manages it. He had 10 seconds last time by. Canados is
Gladiators kind of airing it out, trying
Yeah,
to.
they're pushing because remember,
But
I mean,
they're-
it's World Championship Day. They got to beat them, right? They have to beat Montlick. If
do.
they don't beat them, they lose it.
Right, but you start flying it, you're slowing down. You're not speeding up.
Yeah, but you're at this point, they're just trying everything,
Yeah.
right? You got to make that boat bigger in the window. If not,
Now you have seen the arms on Giovanni, right? As you continue to tell him he's 78 years old.
who, Giovanni?
Yeah.
Yeah, but look, he's getting old. He's got that little belly going. And oh, wait, are we live?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
my bad.
They pulled out another 3 seconds. They're 11 seconds in front
So there you go.
of Gladiator Canados.
GC
So they'll
is-
have their radio people telling them that, Todd. They're like, hey, 11 seconds. So they know that pace is good. They're either maintaining or extending. That's what you're trying to do.
All right,
I still think GC's coming too.
They are there, but the Gladiator's been able to keep them just to their transom.
Gladiator is going to be difficult to pass because Irvin's not going to let that inside.
And we watch the Hancock Claims team buzz through, and they've been flawless here in Key West.
Cortez Cove still coming through in
They
second.
are, yep.
Okay, so Nick
Good
just
for
texted
them.
me their motor mounts broke on the port engine. That's what took them out.
They did. You have to be OC Racing coming through. You have to be proud of them, though. They did everything you could ask them to do there.
They did their job.
They did their job.
They did their job. I'm super proud of them. Everything we worked on yesterday, they did.
Well, that
And-
has
and they
been
were
an
out front.
issue with those motors, though, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, remember, these things weren't originally built to race.
Right.
Right? And Mercury's done a great job making them stronger and better. But the reality is in the rough, the boats are so good that you can run through just about anything, and the motors can't hang on to that.
Yeah, we just watched the Yardharm team, the Stancombs Peppers Racing, heading into the pits after some mechanical issues. Good shot overhead from the X Insurance Helicam. From GC Racing as we head back to the pits and get Edwin Shear and Kobe Harrison and the Hank Saloon team. They're running back in 5th. There's back to GC Racing. Willie Cabeza, the reigning world champion of that boat. Now he's teamed up with Grant Bruggeman. Of course, Sean Torrente was in the throttle seat with him last year when that world championship was won here in Key West. In fact,
And it's not over till it's over. We won it on the last lap last year.
That's absolutely
GC Racing still they can get into first place and have the the Gladiator, or even Montlick's got to fall too, but they got to have a couple of teams coming in. But GC still has an outside shot on this, getting the world championship.
Well, finishing third, they were in front of Ian. So if they win the race, Nick and Ian, so if they win the race, they win the championship.
If Montlick were to fall second, yes, but Gladiator pulls a second. So if something happens, they pass Gladiator, then you're going to tie for third place, and we're talking about time differential then.
I got you.
Yeah. So the 39 MTI on the podium right now in GC Racing. 2 Doug Wrights in the front here so far in the final day, the big points day. $200 for the winner, plus bonus points for each boat you finish in front of for the Key West World Championships. And we see our lead boats coming around in front of turn number 2. It's a 2-pin turn, and Motley continues to run well here.
He's doing a great job. Boat has not taken a flyer. Look at it. Look at it. It's just level. He's being clean and smooth. We'll get a split. Even if he gives up a second or so, it's not a big deal. It's just got to stay running.
Seems like the harbor's settling down a little bit, a lot less traffic. Continuing to run about a 3-minute, 20-second lap. As Gladiator now moves into our view in front of the fans. Now it's almost 13 seconds.
So they pulled out another second.
Yep.
They're good. Second and a half. He's just going to keep that pace. And the deal is, Todd, a lot of times people say, well, why are they keep pulling away? Because you're in a groove. You know what I mean? You slow down, sometimes it's harder to drive the boat. It really is for the throttleman and for the driver. They're in a groove. So they're just going to keep that groove going and just keep it together.
Back to Hancock Claims. They've led every lap of every race here in Key West. Farnsworth team committed to offshore power racing, also campaigning in Super Cat class later today.
Race-winning Brands got back around Cortez for second. They were looking pretty squirrely heading out to turn 1, but we've got it settled down now.
3 laps left to go here.
What do we got left? 3 laps?
Yep.
So they're on what, lap 8?
They're on lap 8, correct?
7. I have him on lap 7.
I have them on 7 too.
Do you? So I'm 1 ahead. Apologies.
And Extreme is only running 8 laps. I'm
Here
not.
comes
not
Well, they're done. They're already
Here
off.
comes
They're
GC
done.
on Canados.
Super V
they're
is
up the
also
inside.
running. Oh, there we go.
They're up the inside. X Insurance is on them now. There's the
There.
shot.
There's the shot.
Okay, Grant.
So here's the deal, though. Irvin's tough. If they don't get up next to him, Irvin's going to shut him down at the corner, but they're there.
Yeah, now they're.
It looks like they're there.
So now they're going to get to the real bump.
Yeah,
it
now
comes.
Irvin
You
can't.
start getting out
Yeah,
of
but
the
look
lead.
at Irvin. Irvin's coming over and squeezing him, as he should. Make him change his course a little bit. Now he's got clear water in between the two. Look at him pull away. Now if Irvin's good, got out of shape. But if Irvin can do his job and Michelle gives him the boat, he's gonna basically try to make GC cross over.
So
He's just got to be able to set it.
Glady is just heading right for the pin right
That's
now.
it. Exactly. And now, how bad does Willie and Grant want it, right? Are they going to stick it in there? And can they make it back up? It's hard to tell with the angle right now exactly where they're at. See? And
he got out of shape.
And look, see, he settled it down to turn it, and now he's behind him. Now watch him go on the exit. See how much he had to settle it? Look at that
Yep.
ground he lost because they
Yep.
couldn't get it rotated.
Yep. He's lost 3. He lost 2 and then 3
And
boat
now
lengths.
and made him
He'll
cross
lose-
over.
he'll
You
lose
see?
more here.
Irvin, that was absolutely perfect. That's driver and throttleman working together. Just because they're up next to you don't get nervous. You just run your boat down there, and when you get to the corner, make it work.
And again, it just shows you if you get out of shape, how quickly you can lose ground.
You see that. You saw as soon as GC was up next to him, they got out of shape one time and they lost the boat length.
Back to our leader, continuing to run a flawless race. That's Logan Adon and Giovanni Carpatella and the Motley Injury Attorneys
Do you
team.
see how tight he's running that boat now?
Yes, sir.
That thing is not leaving the water. It is level, nose down because he knows he's just got to keep it going. He's just got to keep it on 16.
What are the camera views like from inside? Because when those boats are so close together.
Oh, so we got rear views and side views. And it's a little deceiving sometimes until you get used to it, Eric, because they look closer than they are. The great thing is that you can, when they're really close, you can see their pickle fork. If I don't see their pickle fork physically, like not through a camera, I'm like, it's ours. We got it.
Okay.
Motley actually turned that lap 2 seconds faster.
And you know what, though? That goes
Wow.
to show you sometimes being smooth and clean is faster, right?
Yep.
High and loose and all over the place is slower.
Now a 16-second lead over the number 2 boat, Gladiator Canada.
And Canados killed them from turn 1 all the way back to here.
So
White.
Motley, Gladiator, GC. And then Marine Technologies, TS Motorsports, back to Hancock Claims as they come through in Super V. Live coverage on the Zone 97.7 Sports Radio from the Porte Performance broadcast booth and also at Maximum Inflation's live stream here at Race World Offshore's Facebook page and YouTube channel, as well as RTH.TV and Victory Plus. Todd Swafford along with Sean Torrente from Sean Torrente
Here we
Racing.
go, same deal. See, GC's much better out of the harbor and through the harbor turn. But can they make it up down there? And see,
Wow.
that's also, no, because that's a little
No, I
deceiving
know.
error, because you can see us as they come by.
Yep.
I mean,
Off the camera.
GC's coming, but they're still probably 2 boat lengths back.
Yeah, the camera angles definitely sometimes sway you to think that they're a lot closer than they are.
GC's coming, though, right there.
They are. No, they're moving. This is a carbon copy of last lap.
Yep. Now, did Grant learn enough to be able to get down to the end of this and keep the boat tightened up enough to keep it under control? So far, so good.
From the X Insurance Helicam, courtesy of Rick Lindsay.
By the way, people are going to say, why does Canados let him go on the inside down the straightaway? Because Canados wants to be 5, 6, 7 lanes out so that they can angle that turn 1 better. However, if GC pulls them like they are, that's a problem. And I think that GC's got them.
So the MTI has pulled in front of the Doug Wright. Here may have taken second place here.
And here's the thing. Now what GC's hoping for is a Montlick problem. That's just the reality of it, okay? They're 11, 12, 14. No, they're probably 16 seconds behind at this point. So they won't be able to make that up in 2 laps.
GC stays to the outside, tries to stay in some clean water. Will they dive through here?
No.
They'll try and stay outside.
They'll stay outside. They'll stay outside, see if they can run better down the backside here. So now GC's hoping for a problem for Montlick because they're going to make up 16 seconds in 2 laps. Okay, because I believe that's what we'll have left here, right? 2 laps?
2 laps left, yes.
I'm just curious if Irvin's going to make his dive to the inside that he likes to do.
Oh, he loves the inside.
Point-wise totals, it's crazy. Now, right now, GC moving to the second, puts them 2 points actually still behind the Gladiator for second in the World Championship chase. Although if Montlick goes down, the 2 of them all of a sudden are tied for first for the World Championship.
And then it
chase.
goes by time.
And then we're going by time. So that's how much the second and third, there's 2 points are going to make a big difference there.
That's amazing. Dude, thanks for being here. That's great information.
I'm telling
I
you.
wish, can you be on my radio later today?
We have to listen to the live stream. Montlick Injury Attorneys comes through again, continuing to lead.
We're gonna get you a split. They're doing a great job. Boat looks good. They just got to keep it together.
Now GC has moved into second.
Now, did GC close it? Last time it was 16 seconds to Canados. Let's see what they are coming by.
There's Grant Bruggeman and Willie Cabeza. About 16 seconds still.
Still about 16. So they're doing a good job. Considering the past, they've made up some time. So we'll see if they can reel it in at all.
GC in second.
And Taylor and Johnny have done a good job. They're coming on Canados now, too.
Gladiator Canados in third, but as Joey Cook noted, they're fine in third to hold on to second place overall.
They are. 2 points still up on that GC Racing team. And then Montlick still holds the key for both those teams behind them.
TS Motorsports.
It's Montlick's unless there's an issue.
Unless there's an issue,
Unless there's an issue, then all heck breaks loose.
TS Motorsports in fourth. There's race-winning Brands holding second in the Super V class.
So that's what I'm saying. Now they're fighting back. Irvin's mad. Back underneath them. Looks like he closed it a little bit in the harbor turn. Now Canados is on the inside.
Battle for second and third here in Factory 450Rs.
And remember, it's not about making the pass like you just said. It's time, right? So if something happens to Montlick and GC wins the race, but Canados is closer to GC than the opposite on Friday, they still win the championship.
Canados is 8 seconds up on GC after Friday's race.
And right now it's what, like about a 2-second split, Todd?
Yes, 2 seconds.
So that means Canados would win, correct?
Right,
At this point.
At this point, if something happens to Montlick.
Correct.
There's Gladiator Canados, Michelle Carcente and Irving Grant, and the 38 Doug Wright. Carcente said he wanted to come back stateside and race. Of course, he resides in Italy, runs a big yacht brokerage company. So he wanted to come back and race in the United States in a class where everybody had the same boats, one design racing.
Correct. And you know, because it's great racing. We've seen these. This has been, I mean, before Nick and Ian went out, it was just an awesome race, right? Everybody was on top of each other. Friday we had 2-3 lead changes, and then you see the big swings in momentum, right? Even Canados, look, they're fighting back. They are not giving up.
No, they're racing as hard as you can race, even knowing that they're going to stay as close to those guys as they can. They've figured out the point situation. Of course,
That's not the water you want to be in, though.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. He didn't lose any ground. They are going for it.
Yeah, I mean,
You see Irvin staying inside? Irvin's mad. Irvin don't like getting passed on the inside. He likes to be on the guy on the pin. I tell you that for sure. I know him.
As
And you also don't get mad very often, but you can tell he's pretty mad.
Gladiator can't. Oh, they got just a little flighty there. Settle back down. It's rough out there on that leg.
Give Troy Hannon credit for getting this boat back together after it rolled in Ocean City, too.
Roll is
The
a nice
Supreme
way
Marine.
to put it.
Yeah.
Down the front straightaway at 110 mile an hour, took one, went upside down, landed on the motors, broke every single bolt, sheared every bolt off one of my brackets. Our bracket didn't fail, but every bolt did. And I've never seen that before. It was
Hank
incredible.
Saloon running back in 5th. Here comes our overall leader again, Montlick. They're turning laps at about 3 minutes, 20 seconds.
So we'll get a new split here. Are we white flag, you think,
This is
this
white
lap?
flag.
Yeah, this is
it.
white flag out to the last lap of the day.
So white flag.
They don't wave one, but
They don't give us one in offshore racing. That bothers me. In Formula One, I love when I see a white flag. Then I just got to do it one more time.
Definitely closing in on him, though.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now 11 seconds. That's 5
seconds,
seconds
so they
back.
picked up 5
I think
seconds,
Montlick turned the lap a little longer. Canados in 3rd, GC in 2nd. Montlick turned that lap probably about 2.5, 3 seconds longer. So
Managing.
Exactly.
That's a veteran move. They're managing. They know they know the situation.
all classes out for their last lap here. Here comes race-winning Brands in 2nd.
Montlick out of the harbor turn clean. So that's the first checkpoint as the driver goes. That's the hardest part for the driver right there. Now, made it through the harbor turn. You're clean. The driver now takes a sigh of relief because that's the trouble spot for him. Now it's all throttleman from here, basically till you're done. Driver will have to put a little input in one just to get it rotated, and then once you get through that, you're like, come on, checker flag, just get there. You're just trying to get that last mile put behind you.
GC Racing off camera. We're looking at Hank Saloon, still holding 11 seconds.
Get a split from GC to Canados, because remember that's a fight for if something happens to Montlick.
Yeah, so Gladiator Canados 5 seconds behind.
So they're still winning, technically, correct?
Who's this?
Canados.
Canados is still in second place overall.
Yeah, it is.
Montlick's got the World Championships, and Canados is still ahead by 2 points for the second place in the podium for the World Championship.
Yeah, I mean, look at that sheet and see how far many seconds behind GC finished from Canados.
8 seconds.
8 seconds. So he's got to keep it within down to 5. It's what he's got it at now, I think.
Again, that's only if something happens to Montlick. Otherwise, then it's going to be the 2 points is
and
up
then it's
for.
still Canados is still second.
It doesn't matter because it's not going to come down to time no matter what.
Sean, how old were you with your first title?
14.
Wow, what class?
Mini Grand Prix.
Oh,
25 horse.
Oh,
Johnson
okay.
on a 12-foot.
Oh, big flyer there for Montlick, but
Whoa.
they're settling down.
For a split second, he looked like he slowed down.
No, actually, that's Montlick. That's Hank Saloon
That's
in
Hank
front.
Saloon. He's about to
Edwin-
lap
Oh, is that why? Okay,
Yeah.
I just got nervous. I was like, whoa, Montlick backed way up. I
Nope.
see GC behind him. It's
Yep.
about a half a straightaway now. But Canados is still right there with him. Canados is pushing hard.
Montlick's going to lap Hanks.
Yep, you're gonna give them the inside, and they move
Just
right
to
past
show you
him.
what a year difference. Last year in the last lap of the last corner, we were lapping what was Montlick last year, which was just Doug Wright. And now look, they're coming possibly to their first world championship.
Montlick, Logan Adon, Giovanni Carpatella, 38 Doug Wright, poised to finish up a year in which they won the national championship with the world championship.
And I
here.
give Giovanni a hard time, but he is a massive upgrade in that boat compared to what they had before. He is a true professional. That guy's been around for a long time. And so for someone like Logan that's young and so talented to be with someone with that much experience, it's a great combination, and they're going to get their world championship if they just keep it running for about another half mile.
Here comes Montlick Injury Attorneys. They will finish up today's race and have a world championship here in Key
Here it
West
comes.
in
That's a
Factory
championship.
450R. Montlick Injury Attorneys.
Congrats to them. Great job. GC was second, but Canados is right there with them, so Canados will be second.
So GC Racing will take second and 2 seconds behind Gladiator Canados.
So Gladiators second in the world championship, correct?
Correct.
V-Bottom world champion.
world champ.
All right, Hancock Farnsworth claims V-Bottom Super V world champions.
Congratulations going out to
Anthony Smith and Elijah Kingery.
42-foot fountain. Farnsworth, Hancock Lanes, your Super V world champions. All results are unofficial. Of course, all these boats have to be teched after the race, and they anything can happen. But as we've seen it unofficially, those are your winners here today. Here comes OC Racing. He'll finish second here in the World Championships today, second overall.
They're going to go get their checkered flag.
And-
Well deserved.
And coming in, limping in on their final lap, but taking fourth overall is Taylor Sism, John Tomlinson, the matriarch of
Not their year.
450R racing. She led the way with her father Randy Sism, Marine Technologies, to build this class, and now it's just going.
This was their brainchild and their baby.
Absolutely.
And now we got a really competitive, great class. So
And
kudos
next
to them.
year you're going to move. There goes Cortez Cove, Fountain running. They'll finish in third overall in the World Championship. Then next year, Sean, you guys move into the 500 engines.
Yep. We're changing the name, I believe, to just Cortez Go By. So next year, the class will be called just Factory Stock.
Factory stuff.
So we'll have Super Stock and Factory Stock on the outboard class.
500 engines, at least for the first year, you'll be able to still use the lower units from the
No, you'll be able to use them for as long as you want.
You
So,
will?
Yeah, so we're still allowed to use the 450 gear case or the 500 gear case. We haven't tested that yet, but the idea right now is that I think we're going to be running the 450 case in smooth water because it's a little smaller, a little faster, and then in the rough water we'll run the 500 case because it's stronger.
What about the midsections?
I don't know what they're doing with that, honestly. I don't know exactly Mercury's package because they have the prototype done, but we haven't seen it yet.
Gotcha.
Yep.
That was, you said you were talking, I was talking with Giovanni yesterday over in the pits, and we were both reminiscing about stories with Fabio Buzzi,
Oh, yeah?
because he used to race with him. And
I told you Carpatello was old.
yeah. I went over and saw Fabio in Italy, when I was at Powerboat in the 90s.
And we lost them last year to a boat accident.
Yes.
2 years ago.
Was it 2 years
yeah.
ago already?
Yeah, because I did
COVID
a-
has messed me up with timelines.
I did a
But-
follow-up with his daughter on the company, and they're still keeping it going.
Good.
What
No,
a
but
night. He
has
was
that
a night-
happened to any of you guys though? COVID messes you up with timelines. I'm
Of
like, oh, that
course.
was only like a year or two ago. No, that was 7 years
no,
ago.
it happens all. It happens all the time. Giovanni Carpatello, Logan Adon getting ready to take the checkered flag for the Montlick Injury Attorneys team. What a splash for this new sponsor of the Doug Wright team.
Yep.
And now the young man Logan Adon gets a world championship on top of a national championship in the Factory 450R class. And you talked about Giovanni Carpatello. He joined up with Darren Nicholson here in the United States in Pro Class 1, last year, and won a world championship for Class 1. Also won a Key West World Championship. Those guys coming back here to Key West to race that boat again looked good on Friday in the Mobile X 222 Offshore Walmart team. But
There comes the flag toss. Can he,
Yeah,
can he do it?
he got it.
He got it. And he didn't fall off the boat.
Congratulations.
Great job, Logan.
But Giovanni raced Class 1 against Victory Team,
Correct.
T-Bone Station,
Yep. And a bunch of X-Cat in Class 3.
tons of
Yeah.
tons of X-Cat racing.
Yep.
He is just as you mentioned, he's a veteran across many disciplines.
I give him a hard time, but he's really a great throttleman. And honestly, he's a professional. Like I said, he just, you know what I mean? It's someone that Logan can really, really learn from over time and understand how to race. You saw at that race, they actually were tightened up and running it conservative and were pulling away. That's really impressive.
Montlick Injury Attorneys, unofficially your world champion. Gladiator Canos will take second on the overall championship, unofficially based on speed. And GC Racing, who took second today,
You know,
would
the other
be
thing I
third
love
on
is
the podium.
Carpatello is showing what a professional he is. He let Logan grab that flag. He let Logan get out on the boat and celebrate it because you know what? That's as throttlemen, that's what we're here for these young guys, to teach them and show them and then let them enjoy that victory.
Joey.
The Gladiator won by points, not
They did-
speed.
they
They by
did.
2 points. They had to have
For
Montlick
second.
For second. Montlick fell out. Then we were looking at speed because the two of them were going to be tied. But because they went second and third, there's a 2 point difference in there that ends up in the long run. So
So to be
in
clear,
Gladiator,
first world champion is Montlick.
Montlick with 299 points.
Second is Gladiator
With
with
270 points.
and third.
Is your GC Racing at 268 points.
So back-to-back years of podiums for both Gladiator Canados and GC Racing.
Yep, Gladiator moved up one spot. They went from third to second.
That's
so
right.
Next year's their year.
That's right.
And Giovanni has a serious chance of doubling up here today.
Oh no, they're the odds on in Class 1. I mean, that thing is hooked up.